Hey guys, it's Michelle with Monarch Graphics and Design, here with another beginner's video. But this one's a little bit different because this isn't a t-shirt design. We're actually going to do a banner. I got an order for a banner. So it's still a beginner's video, but there are, I think there's going to be some new things that I have to do in this one, so we'll see. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is go to File and go to New. And see how this is set up in pixels? I know sometimes it's hard to read my screen, but pixels is usually a good way to go. But in this case, since we need the banner to be 2 feet by 6 feet, we're going to go ahead and change it to inches. So the width is 72.127, and I'll tell you why here in just a second. And then the height is 24.127, and our resolution is 300. We usually want to do 350. But because this is such a big banner, it's harder to load, and sometimes it won't load because the file's so big. See how big it is? It's 448. So we want to have the resolution at 300. We still need it high, but we need to lower it just a little so that it will load to the website better for the printer. So we have the 0.127 added because that's what the printer requires for a bleed. So we actually won't put anything other than the background color into the bleed. We won't put any words or anything like that unless we want it to be cut off. Then that's okay. Like maybe sometimes you can put a graphic up in the corner and have it be cut off because that's the look you're going for. That's fine, but you do want to be careful not to go into the bleed other than your background color. So we're going to go ahead and push OK. Now, with this particular design, I don't really need to draw my lines, but I'm going to go ahead and do it just to show you. So for my bleed, so what I do is I go over here to my rulers. If you don't see your rulers, if your screen looks like this, you go up to View and you click on Rulers, and then your rulers come up. So what I'm going to do is click on this side ruler here. I'm going to click and drag, so I'm going to click and hold it. Click and drag, and then this line here, I'm going to go to 72 inches. Well, that's right on the end. Did I not make it 127? Let me double check my canvas size here. I did. I guess just because it's so big. Let me zoom in and then maybe we can see it a little bit better. I guess it's just really tiny because the banner's so big. So actually, I'm just going to go ahead and put it at 71.5. And then I'm going to click and drag and put this at 1/2. And then same thing with here. I'm going to put this at 1/2. And put this one at 1/2 as well. And then I will know not to go beyond those lines as far as my words go, unless I do it on purpose, which I don't think I'm going to for this. So let's go ahead and take this layer. We're going to double click right here on the name to rename it, and we're just going to go ahead and name it background. We're going to go over here to our paint bucket, and we're just going to click. I already have it on the white right here. So I'm just going to click on the white, and then it creates a white background. If you wanted To change the color, you just click on this palette over here on the left and you change it, and then you click on that color. See, it's taking longer because the banner's so big. So, but we want white. So, I've got some playing cards here that we're going to lay out. I don't have a finished design to show you because I'm just now doing this. I'm just making a video and I'm just doing it. So please bear with me. If I take too long to do one thing, I'll cut it out. So we're going to go to File and we're going to go to Place because we're going to place some playing cards. So we're going to go, and they're really tiny, so we're going to go Shift, click and drag, and I know it does look pixely, but you just hit the check mark and then it shouldn't look that way anymore. So let's go ahead and load them all in. We're going to go Place, Control T, or it's already Control T. So then check, File, Place, Shift, hold the Shift key, check, File, Place, and grab the, where's the green, there we go, grab the green one, Shift, click and drag. Okay, so as you can see, I'm glad this showed up like this. I'm going to zoom up in a little bit so you can see it a little better. See how this green one has this line here? So when I was cleaning them up earlier, I didn't do a very good job. So I want to show you, I'm going to just change these titles really fast. Green, yellow, red, and blue. And we're going to do that because we are going to be duplicating a lot of letters, or a lot of layers, I'm sorry, a lot of layers, which is what these are over here. So I want to know which is which. But I want to show you really quick on this green one. Okay, so I didn't clean it up very well, but I can't clean it up here. I'm going to show you. So I'm going to click on the green layer. I'm going to go to my eraser tool. You're going to think, oh, I can just erase it. Well, you can't really. See this little no symbol? It's saying, no, you can't erase this. Now, if I wanted to, I could raster size this layer and erase it. But if you remember in the past videos, we don't really want to raster size the layers because it distorts the images, and we want a really good quality image, especially on something this big. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to delete my green. I'm going to go to File and go to Open. I can probably go to Open Recent. Yes, I can. So I'm going to go to File, Open Recent. I'm going to go to green. Let's go ahead and zoom in. And this is why I didn't clean it up. I can't really see anything. It looks clean to me. So I'm going to go to Layer. I'm going to go to New, Layer. We could write background. I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to push OK. I'm going to click and drag it down so it's on the bottom layer here. And because I saw that mark was gray, I'm not going to color the background black. I'm going to go ahead and color it. Let's just pick this yellow here and see what happens. Go to the bucket, click on the checkerboard part. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit using the Alt and the roller ball. And you still can't really see anything, but I know it's there. So we're just going to go ahead and go to the eraser tool. We're going to make sure that it's on a brush here, a hard one, and it is. So using the brackets above the enter key on the keyboard. Left makes it smaller, right makes it bigger. We're gonna go ahead and make it, you know, kind of small, but medium. And then we're just gonna, oh, we need to be on the correct layer, which we need to be on this green layer, this layer 1 here. And then we're gonna go ahead and just click and drag. And we're gonna erase it. I can see, you know, I can see it, but it was hard to notice. So we clicked and dragged it. We're gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna delete this layer here. And then now I can just, now what I should do is save this, because then that way when I open it again, it won't have that gray thing. If I opened it, if I didn't save it and I opened it again, it would have that gray thing on there again. So I'm gonna go ahead and just click and drag, hold this up here and pull it down here. Control T, hold the shift, and the little check mark. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom out using my Alt and rollerball. You can also use this magnifying glass here, the zoom tool. You can click on it, zoom in, zoom out. If you right click, that's how you get this menu here. So you can click fit on screen. I just like using the Alt. It's a lot easier with the little roller ball. Okay, so we're gonna spell out happy birthday, Damien. So I'm gonna need all of these to be the same size. So this is where I don't think I've ever done this before, so this is a new one here. Okay, so this is layer 1. I'm gonna go ahead and name it green, because it's the green one. And I can tell by turning it on and off. Yellow, red, blue. And then my background. Okay. So what we're gonna do is click on the blue. We're gonna Control T, and then that brings up this menu up here. And it might be hard for you to see, but if you do it on your own computer and you're using CS5, it should be the same. So your very first option is your X-axis, and then your second is your Y-axis, and then your third is your width, and your fourth is your height. So I'm going to go ahead and just type in, it's at 1900, I'm going to go ahead and type in 1500. And then you can see it changed it, which I don't really want to do that, because I need it to be, you know, proportional to each other. So I can look, and these are actually the same size. The height and the width are the same size. So I'm going to go ahead and type in just 1500 on each, the width and the height. And then I can do the same for each one. But what I would probably want to do is just Control T and then, you know, make it as big or small as I want it, and then kind of go from there. But then that way I can set all the others to be the exact same. And we're going to do there's going to be 3 layers. So let's see how big we probably want these. This 1500 might be about right, because if we put one there, and one there, it might, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think, like I said, I'm just doing this. So this is how my thought process goes. So we're going to go to the red, Control T, and we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to type in 1500 on each of the height and the width. And then we're going to do the same thing for the yellow and the green. like I said, you can type in any of these numbers that you want. Okay, and do that for all 4 colors. So then, if we wanted them to all, which we do, which I think I'm gonna stagger them. I'm probably gonna go, you know, up, down. But let's just make them all the same for right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on all 4 layers, click the bottom layer, hold the shift key, click the top layer, and then we're gonna go up to this one here on the left, and it's align vertical centers. And then let me move them, because I did see it moved, but it barely moved them. So let me do that again so you guys can see it a little bit better. There. See, now it aligned them all perfectly. So say I did want to do up, down. So I want to go blue, hold the control, hold the yellow. Well, I have to move them first, I guess. So say I wanted the blue and the yellow to be at the same height. I would click blue, hold the control key, click on the yellow, and then click the align vertical centers. And then those 2 are lined up. And then the red and the green would be lined up. So that's probably what we'll end up doing. But let's get everything in place first. So the first word is happy, so H-A-P-P-Y. So I need another one. So we're gonna keep these consistent with blue, red, yellow, green. So we're gonna go blue, and we're gonna go right click, duplicate, oh my gosh, sorry, duplicate. Sorry, I don't know why I can't say that word today. Duplicate layer, and then blue copy, which is fine. That's fine. And then it's just gonna appear right on top of the blue. So you're probably wondering, you know, where is it? It's just on top. So you click and you drag it to where you want it to go. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and click on the top, click on the bottom, and then make sure we're on our move tool. And then we're just gonna move these up right here for right now. Okay, so then the next word is birthday. So I need 8, and I've got 5 here. So I'm gonna go ahead and just shift, duplicate layers. I don't know why I can't say that today. And then pull these down. We're gonna go ahead and move them over because we need more. I thought 3 of them would fit here. But it doesn't look like 3 of them are gonna fit. Okay guys, so this isn't, that's not gonna fit, so we're gonna resize. So let's go ahead and just delete our copies here. And we'll go ahead and resize these. So I made these 5 inches. And that's 5, 10, that's 15, and we've got about 22 inches. That gives us, you know, an inch at the top, an inch at the bottom, and then we've got, you know, we want some room in between. So I think 5 inches is about good. So I'm gonna go ahead and just change the rest of these really quick. Probably should have done the math on them sooner. Okay, let me see. Okay. So let's move these somewhat into place. We're not going to move them exactly into place yet. Green. And then we need a blue. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and shift, click the top, the bottom and the top, duplicate the layers, pull these down. And then I've got BIRTH, so I still need 3 more. So we're going to do a yellow, a red, a yellow, and a green. So duplicate. Okay. And then Damien is 6. So we're going to go ahead and take our original it's got the blue copy in there. So we're going to go ahead and just grab those really fast. And we're going to pull these down, and then after blue we need 1 more red. Okay. So it looks like we might be able to go a little bit bigger, but once we get everything together, then we can gather it all together and make it all bigger at that time. So now what do I need to do is add all the letters. So I'm just going to do 1 or 2 letters, and then I'll fill them in because I'm sure it's going to take some time, but I'll go ahead and do 1 or 2 to show you how to do it. But then I'll edit this out because it's going to take too long. So we're going to go to our text tool. Oh, first, okay. I'm not going to do it right now because it'll take too long. I'll do it while I'm on my break. I would rename every single one of these to say blue top layer, blue middle layer, blue bottom layer. Okay, because we need to be on the right. Well, I guess we don't have to be on the right layer, but it's going to be helpful if we know what we're doing. But we're going to go to our text tool here, and we're going to type the word, or the letter, sorry, H. Okay, and my color is up here, and it just, went to that yellow that I went to earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and click the check button. Then I'm going to make sure we're on that, and I'm going to go ahead and change it to black. Push OK. Control T. Hold my shift. And just get it the way we want. I'm not going to worry about centering it right. So I'm just going to make sure I'm on my letter here. And I'm going to go ahead and just probably use my arrow keys. And I'm just going to get it right where I want. Okay, so I have it right where I want. So I'm going to hold my shift button, click on both, so I have both layers, and then I'm going to go ahead and link them. And that's so that later on, when I go to move these, if I stagger them or do whatever I do to them, they're going to stay together, and then I don't have to worry about that H moving. Okay, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and do 1 more just because that one, I didn't do that one very well. And then I'll go ahead and add all the rest without you guys having to sit here and watch me do every single letter. But let's go ahead and just do, I'm going to click on the red, and then I'm going to click on my text tool, type A. I should have already changed this to black, but change it to black. Push OK. So this H is 181.08. So I'm going to go back to my A here and type in 188.08. Is that what I said? Or did I say 181? Let me go check. I have a bad memory. 181.08. Okay, so let's go back to our A and change this to 181.08. Okay, then click on my move tool. Use my arrow keys to get it exactly where I want it. Then take my A, hold down the shift, click on the red layer, and link the layers. Okay guys, let me do the rest of these and I'll be right. Okay guys, I'm on my last one and I just wanted to do it one more time. So what I did is I went and I relabeled all of my layers here so I know exactly which one, I know what row they're on, what position they're in, all of that. So I'm on my red, last row, last one. Click the off button just to make sure that I'm on the right layer. Go to my text tool, type my letter. I don't have to change the font or anything because it just stayed the same. After you do it, it stays the same. So I didn't have to change any of that. So go ahead and push the OK. Make sure I'm on my move tool and then just move this into place. And then I can use my arrow keys to get it exactly where I want it. Then I'm going to turn this off just one more time, make sure I'm on the right layer. Use my shift key to select both the letter and the playing card here. Right click and link layers. Okay, so all of my layers are linked. Each card is linked to one of the letters. Okay, so now we've got everything in position. Well, not everything's in position. Now we're going to go and position everything. So let's go ahead and zoom back in just a little bit using the Alt key and the roller ball. So let's go ahead and find the right layers here. So here's all my top rows. I don't know if you guys can read that or not, but I have with the color and then the top row. So let's go ahead and start with the blue top row. And I can turn off the little eyeball here so that I make sure that I'm on the right one. And because I have the letter linked, when I go to move this, and I'm on my move tool, when I go to move this, they're going to move together. So let's go ahead and move this one like here. We'll go ahead and click on the red and we'll have it, let's see, do I want the first one higher or the first one lower? Let's do the first one higher. So let's move this like this and then let's go back to the blue and move it up just a little. Okay, so now I have my blue and my red where I want them. Actually, when I click on my green, hold the control and click on the red, and then I go to align verticals, it's moving my text here and I don't really want that. So we're going to Control Alt Z. There's a couple ways to do it. I can either pull a line down and then just line everything up to those lines. I think we'll go there and we'll move that red one. Or what I could do is take the red and the A, and instead of linking them, I could merge them, but I'm not going to, so I'm just going to use the line method. So we're going to find our blue, and we're going to move it, and it's going to go up, so we're going to go to this upper line here, and I can use my arrow keys to get it exactly into place. Move it over just a little bit. Okay, so now that I have this happy the way I want it, I am going to go ahead and merge it. So we're going to find all the layers that we need, which is this blue top row all the way to I think it is all of this, because I just don't think they're in order. Okay, so we're going to click all these layers and then right click, and then we're going to merge layers. And this should have got everything, which it did. So I selected all the correct layers, so that's good. I just wanted to make sure that I got them all. And then now it just kind of picked the top layer there. So I'm going to go ahead and rename this to, I got my cap lock on, happy. Okay, then that way I'm going to know that that one is this one, because we're probably going to end up resizing everything. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to all these other layers. I'm going to move down these lines, and it doesn't, I'm gonna notice, wish I could zoom in for you guys. Let me see. I don't know how to do that. Sorry. That only zoomed in that. Okay. I'm gonna look at my rulers here, and I'm gonna see how many ticks on my ruler these are, so that I know how up and down these are. And then I'm gonna move, actually, I'll just do it like this. I'll take this happy and I'll just move it out of the way for now. And then I'm gonna go and find my birthday layer and move this up here. Move this one down here. Okay, and I'm gonna zoom in a little bit so that I can see, and I'll just use my arrow keys to get them where I want them. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that with everything, and then I'll be right back. So let's just move this happy birthday Damien, and then we'll get these back into place. So happy birthday Damien. Okay, so we're gonna make this a little bit bigger, but I need to add another card. So file, place, shift. Okay, it looks like maybe I didn't clean this one up very good either. So let's see. Nope, I didn't. So we're gonna go to open, and we're gonna open it. We're gonna zoom in. I'm gonna go ahead and add a background. Click and drag. Still hard to see. Click on my layer, get the eraser tool. I see it now. Okay. File, save. Whoops, sorry, delete. Then save. We don't want that background. So we're gonna go ahead and just delete that one. File, place, and we're gonna do it again. Shift, open. And I'm really showing you guys these because that way if you guys, do open something and it has these little marks and you get this little, nope, you can't do it. I don't want you guys to raster size it, you know, or whatever. So I really want you to know what to do. And so that's why I am showing you how to do this. I'm not just making mistakes. I just want you to know that I'm doing this on purpose. Okay, so we probably don't want the Uno card, the card that big. So let's get it where we want it. I probably want to turn it a little bit, I think. Maybe the other way, let me see. I kind of like that. Okay, so let's kind of, no, I guess, I don't know. I can't decide. All right, let's just move it over here for a second. So, I'm going to go ahead and take the word happy, and I'm going to Control T it, and we're going to make it a little bit bigger here, and get rid of these lines because I don't need those anymore. Those were just for my ups and downs. This one here is still my bleed, so I do want to keep that. So Control T. And I'm gonna go ahead, let's see, Control background, and then align vertically, and then that will put it in the middle. Now, if I do want to make this disclaimer, that only works because my background image is the same size as my canvas. If my background image, oh, sorry, hold on. I don't want that layer. I just want that layer. So Control T. Let's say my background image was like this. Okay. Once I click OK, and it's taking a while because it's so big. Once I click OK, if I was to push Control and line this up, then see, it's not in the middle. So if your background image is not the same size as your actual canvas, you can't do that. So just make that note. So as long as your background canvas is the same size, which the way we did it, it's going to be, but say I was to put a picture in here and maybe the picture over, you know, runs over the edge or something, then it might not be like that. So you just want to make sure that it's like that before you use that technique. If your background was not the same size as your canvas, you would want to use the guides. So then you could go New Guide, type in 50%, and then that would give you what's right in the middle. But because our background is the same, we can just go Control and Align. Okay, and you can see it made it in the middle. So let's go to Birthday and Control T, Shift. You probably want them to be pretty similar sizes. I'm just going to offset the color here so I can see when I get the right size. And we'll go ahead and Control T it, or sorry, Control and then, oh, I didn't click my check mark. So if something's not working, make sure your check marks, you know, checked, or it's possible it's because you're not on your move tool. So Control with the background, align horizontal centers, and then we'll click on Damien and Control T. Same thing, hold down the Shift. Actually, I think maybe we can make Damien a little bit bigger than the happy birthday. I think that's okay because it's the person's name. And then, shift or control, it doesn't matter on this one because they're right next to each other. And then align the centers, but I'm gonna move it down just a little bit. Use my arrow keys. I don't want to go past my bleed mark here. Oh, I want to make sure I only have the one layer that I want to move selected, and then I'm going to move it down with my arrow keys, making sure I don't go past my bleed mark. And then now I'm just going to kind of look at it and make sure that everything's where I want it. Use my arrow keys if it's not. I'm going to move this up a little bit because this Damien is right on the bleed mark and the happy's not. So I'm going to go ahead and move that. And space them a little different, and then I'll go ahead, I think that's good, and then I can, now what am I going to do with this first? I feel like it should be bigger. I feel like maybe it should be slanted, but I'm not sure what's looking good. Okay, so I think I kind of like it right there. I might ponder it for a little bit and think about it, but for the tutorial, I'm just gonna leave it. So, I think we're probably just going to leave it right here for the tutorial because I don't want this to be too long. But this is a lot of dead space over to the left and to the right. So I'm probably going to fill it with either a gradient or a background or balloons or something. But for the tutorial, I think this is good enough. So I hope you guys learned a couple of things. We did a couple things that are different. Hey guys, I just wanted to show you the final product because how I left it on the tutorial was a little bland. So I wanted to show you what I did. If you don't know how I did everything that I just added, just comment below and I'll explain it in another video. But basically, all I did was go here to my rectangle tool, and I made 4 different rectangles, made them red, blue, yellow, green, tilted them, added, I changed the background to black. I made this bigger, and then I had these cards with the red centers in them, and so I just added ones to them. And then, this one here, the first, and these ones over here have a stroke on them. So I just wanted to show you the final product because I did show it to the client. She said it looked awesome, and we're going to be making some matching t-shirts. So hopefully I'll do a video on those as well. I'm hoping to anyway. So thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and check out my website for my t-shirt designs. This one was a little different. This one's a banner. But the link is in the description below. And if there's a design or something you want to know how to do, comment below and I will do my best to make a video for you. And I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. I hope you guys all have a great day, and I will see you next week.